any other reason based off of how the map is built. There's no reason to go there because you would have had to destroy these rocks or come around, and there's no way to, nothing to push here. So it's definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if someone assumed a base was there. So it looks like Method destroyed the rocks, and he's going to take that gold base. Now that will be able to put him ahead if he makes sure to saturate this, but unfortunately I think he is still very, very behind in drone count. He has spent a lot of time making sure that he had some kind of defense up, and I believe he did actually throw down a he threw down the Hydralisk, which we actually saw the Hydralisk in his army. It's a pretty good army grouping, and he is starting to spread his creep a lot more, so his Hydralisk will be very effective. I don't, this is the first game, oh wait, there we go. And his Spire is going up, so he will be having Mutalisks as soon as that is up. But yeah, his drone count is really an issue. He keeps making production tab. He keeps making a lot of offensive units, even though he's expanding. And I know he could be waiting for this to come up before he starts really droning up. But this entire time, he's just really falling behind in the production. We'll go to resources to see exactly what's going on here. For supply, the Zerg does have more supply, but remember he is falling behind in drones, so he has less money and resources to build things with, and I think the Protoss will be able to catch up a lot faster. You have to understand that a lot of these warp gates are mostly just sitting around waiting to be used. I think he probably should have been using these more consistently over the time. He was probably more worried about his expansion, and both players' money is riding pretty high. But the Protoss is definitely in the position where he has a lot more probes, and it's definitely working out, but it looks like this expansion is about to be taken out. Big army coming in. Unfortunately, his Hydras are going to be slow off a creep, so he has to make sure that he backs up when that army moves in, which he does. Very good job on that. He comes in to defend, and it looks like he's going to come around and try to attack from the side. Raion's saying a little thing about how surprised he was that the army was so massive. Unfortunately, Raion is also supply capped because of that pylon dying, which is quite unfortunate. I believe he does have, yes, he has 5 pylons warping in, so he's definitely going to make sure that that does not happen again. That's definitely one of the big issues with Protoss, is you need to constantly be making pylons, especially when you have this many warp gates up, because you can use your max supply very quickly, and you have to constantly get up to that 200. So yeah, it looks like he's just producing more units, and since he saw the Stalkers, it looks like he was thinking that Protoss was going to go Colossi, so he made a whole ton of Corruptors, which was actually not what he was going. He actually ended up going, does he have, yeah, yes, he is going Blink Stalkers, and just Blink Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries. This is the entire army that, and everything it's going to be comprised of for the entire match. And so those Corruptors are a big waste, but unfortunately he didn't actually scout to see if there was any kind of Colossi coming up. I believe he did actually put up the correct buildings to build Colossi, but then he actually did not build Colossi. And then, sorry about that, I was interrupted by my family trying to tell me that it is dinner time. So yeah, it looks like a lot of gateways coming up. He's definitely going to want to make sure he has a lot more warp gates, and he feels pretty comfortable knowing that that robotics facility, was it actually spotted by Method? Yes, it was. He actually put it exactly where this Overlord can see it, so he was definitely worried about Colossi. That was actually a pretty smart move by Raion there, especially since he did not end up building any Colossi at all, and he just went more Stalkers, more Zealots. And let's look at the upgrades here. We got 1-1 on armor and weapons for Toss, and it looks like we only have the damage upgrade for the Zerg. He does not, I believe he does have Roach Speed, but he does not have Carapace upgrade. And it looks like we're going to have a pretty big engagement here. We got some Immortals definitely in the center. Stalkers surrounding that. Looks like he's getting a good arc. Zerg has a lot of units behind that aren't really doing anything. Okay, he moves them up to make sure they get in range. But this arc from the Protoss is really good. Those Corruptors not doing anything at all, mostly just being fodder to be picked off. These Immortals are definitely ripping through those Roaches. That was a very good force field. Put them off to the side, clumped them all up. And it looks like these Stalkers are going to clean up this army. I do not believe... Okay, he blinks up to make sure he can continue the chase. Oh, sorry, I'm focusing in there. And it looks like he's definitely going to clean this up. This is definitely a good thing. He's going to be able to take out this gold base. Unfortunately, he is coming up with another Immortal, but he is not warping in anymore. Guys, he does... Oh, there we go. We have some Zealots coming in. He's starting to keep that going, and he has charge just about to be finished, so that'll definitely help out too. But a lot of roaches here. Almost all the immortals are gone, but he throws down an guardian shield, sorry, and it looks like he is clumping back up. Roach has a good arc though, and we got some zealots coming in to help clean up those roaches. That charge is about to be done, so they'll actually start running up pretty quickly. Also looks like he has a Sonic Storm coming in, so he's going to be able to use that to warp some High Templars in, and he's coming up with some more Stalkers right now. He's continuing to push. He's going to take down this hatchery at the gold. This is definitely a good position for him. Zerg's really running out of units. We'll look at the unit count right here. Yeah, look at that. 75 drones, really killing it out. He just doesn't have the money to support the kind of army that he needs to defend this. 24 Stalkers, 2 Immortals, definitely going to take this out. Almost nothing for the Zerg, a lot of Corruptors for absolutely nothing. This is definitely a very, one-sided end of the game. It seemed like the Zerg had been doing so good, but he fell behind so far in that worker count that definitely was one of the bigger issues that affected him. He had built up this base, but unfortunately he hadn't saturated it at all, and it looks like his money is gone. And he is starting to try to continue to build up his money, but he only has this base that has any kind of money. His main base is mined out. This base was destroyed. This base is just destroyed. So this is pretty much GG. He had great creep spread. He definitely had a good unit composition. Unfortunately, he just didn't have enough money to support what he was doing. Unfortunately, also not to mention the Corruptors being built because he saw that robotics facility was definitely an issue. He should have checked for the support bay, which I believe actually was not built. We're going to go into structures here while we're waiting for the game to end to actually find out. Oh wait, you can't look at structures. Okay, well unfortunately we can't look at structures. I didn't know that, sorry. Okay, yeah, there is a robotic support bay here, but I don't even know if Method had not seen that, so there was actually no reason to think that he was going to go Colossi completely when Method was going roaches, so Immortals would have been good for that. And it looks like he's going to take out the gold. I think the issue here and why he hadn't gone in for the killing blow was that Raion was a little more cautious because Method is a Diamond League player, and he was wondering why that seemed so easy. So he thought that there was maybe a large army waiting for him. So he wanted to make sure that he was prepped with the potential of another base so he could continue on. And now it looks like he's going to go for another push to see exactly what's going on. Going to take out that extractor and then move up and take out the main base. GG should happen here soon. He will find that he has won this game. So gold can beat diamond, and diamond means that they can definitely make some issues. Raion was very good with his building placement to make sure that diamond Method had wasted a lot of minerals and resources on those Corruptors, which was definitely a major help in the game. And mostly it was just good force fields, and the major point being workers. The Zerg did not drone enough. He was constantly building army units, and it was good because the Protoss did have it, but the Protoss wasn't attacking him. He was building them almost as if he just wanted to build them to make sure that he had them in case an attack was coming. But this map is big enough to where you can be more reactionary and definitely build those guys if you have early enough scouting to see a push happening. That's definitely something that the Zerg was doing too. He did have some good overlord placement. He had overlord placement here. He had overlords all across the map. His creep spread later in the game was very good, so he could have seen the push and he should have been droning more. GG Raion though, definitely gold player, taking out a diamond player. That is definitely a good thing. So thank you for watching this game, and hopefully you enjoyed it. We will have more in the future as I learn and become better at casting. Have a good one.